Hello, welcome to the channel. I am Sath. This is Chernobyl, the fifth and final episode entitled Vichnaya Pamyat. I don't know if that's a person, a place, or a thing. Vichnaya Pamyat, right? Yeah, Vichnaya Pamyat. Fuck it, I'm going with the first take. I like it. Let's see. Thoughts on the last episode are back there. We had our trio coming together and deciding that this reactor flaw, this AZ5 button that sends a surge, there's a bunch of redacted materials, but there is enough there to piece together that this is a thing that happens, or it could happen. It was known for years, and the Soviet Union would rather keep it hush-hush than to make a big stink about it. And now they're trying to figure out, how public do we go with this, because do we just trust the KGB and secretly repair these reactors on the down low? We can do it now, and we can do it quietly. Last episode, there was also the robots and rovers. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Soviets kind of lied to Germany about how much radiation there was, so the machine couldn't take it. Soviets ended up having to use meat machines, bio-machines, men, and cycle people through there and get the debris into one place. And as far as I remember, we haven't seen them conceal the core yet, or bury it, or smother it, or lock it off. So I'm assuming we're going to see that this episode, along with the big meeting, the big thing at the Atomic Energy Commission in Europe, wherever that was. I remember they were going there, and it was going to be a big flippin' deal. This has been the only show that's really blocked after posting. Like, it'll pass the initial filters, be up for 2 or 3 hours, and then block. So I don't know why HBO generally hasn't, their copyright hasn't treated me that way before. Speaking of HBO, I am going to be jumping into Raised by Wolves Season 2 in the next few days, along with the 3rd season of Westworld, to get ready for the 4th season of Westworld that's coming this summer in a few weeks. So if you like those shows from HBO, I'll be doing those in the coming days. The previous seasons are on this channel. Ooh, I'll be jumping into The Expanse as well, Season 5. That's Amazon, but I'm super excited. Getting close on that. But enough rambling. I just got done watching Dark. I want to get through Chernobyl here and possibly something else, but gotta treat this right. Take our time with it. No rush. Alright, this is the finale episode of Chernobyl, number 5, Vichnaya Pamyat. Here we go. I mentioned HBO series generally being good on the copyright. The Leftovers, though, took me 9 edits on that one episode to get it through. 9 different render cycles. I'm still pissed. I'm still a little bitter. Hey man, you do what you gotta do for those 25 views, though, If that came off as me sounding bitter about views, it's not. It's, you gotta put in the work. Things seem to be okay here. Excuse me, what's going on? Sir, this is a pool. You can't bathe here. Oh, the husband's right there. This is before it happened. Duh. I'm sorry. I'm not slow to the party. He's gonna be a good dad, and then Chernobyl. 12 hours before! Let's get it! I mean, this is sad, but it's cool to be here.
No problem we have with the safety test. If it's completed successfully, yes, I think promotion's very likely.
This is before the explosion. I'm so dumb still. I'm sorry.
Are you going to ask me if there's a problem, Nikolai? You can't read a fucking face. 3 years I've tried to finish this test. 3 years.
I'll personally supervise the test.
And
it will be completed.
No, I can sit here one day. That's why the 3 of them were so tight-lipped after the explosion. We're jumping on the other guys. It wasn't just everybody kicking the ball or the shit downhill. It was literally they were kind of in cahoots with the test and knew what was going to happen. Not that it was going to go wrong, but it was their decision. Fucking lost? Problem, bitch? Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Comrade, come with me to car. We do bad accent together.
You went to the doctor yesterday. How is your health? It says, at last a Soviet scientist who tells the truth. Obviously, I resent the insinuation, but I think it's fair to say you made an excellent impression at the conference. Turns out you're quite good at this.
Post-conference.
At what?
We're jumping around here.
Hero of the Soviet Union.
Highest title, yeah.
They haven't even given it to me.
Most reactors would be made safe. It's been months. No changes have been made. No changes even discussed.
First,
Wow. More reactors could
after
explode.
that, we can deal with the reactors.
Oh, we can't do two things at once, you know. Oh, the hair is starting to fall. Why does that happen in shows? They knock so loud!
Chokov is saying they're going to fix the reactors after the trial.
Do you believe him?
I mean, fuck, they better.
The state will never willingly fix the reactors because acknowledging the problem means admitting that they lied. They will have to be forced.
So they already had the conference, but now they have to have the trial
I'm not
for
talking
testimony
about
for against the people.
The Central Committee have invited members of the scientific community to observe the trial. Our colleagues.
Leak it in the testimony against the people.
I spoke to dozens of people. Every word they said, I wrote down. All in these books. These are the ones who are still alive.
Damn.
These are the ones who are dead.
Fuck.
They died.
It's hard not to talk when they're having those conversations, but then you have to talk and have things to interrupt the conversations with edits to get through the copyright, so it's like, what do? You have to take in what you're watching, but be aware of the time that's passed and know that you have to fill it with something. But then you want to be genuine. Don't want it to be forced, but then because you're aware of it, it's not genuine, but
And the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet of the USSR
Bruce Bolton?
determined that justice be carried out on behalf of the people.
the guy has a chin. His chin is a dagger. Battering ram.
Was Viktor Brukhanov, Anatoly Dyatlov, Nikolai Fomin
I see y'all.
are accused of violating Article 220, Section 2 of the Criminal Code of the Soviet Union, resulting in a nuclear disaster on April 26, 1986.
The spice must flow. I am the Baron Harkonnen.
It began with, of all things, a safety test, certifying the completion of the construction of the reactor. Now, this document was a lie. In order to sign this certificate, all safety tests had to have been successfully completed, and yet one remained. Any questions?
Are you okay? That's my question. This is going to be hell to edit, because he's just spitting fire for 3-4 minutes at a time. How do I cut this down? I don't...
The first time they tried, they failed. The fourth time they tried was April 26.
Oh, they're looking at each other like Amber Heard's defense team. Like, God, oh, shit.
Before they can proceed, there is a phone call. Power grid officials in Kiev say that they cannot afford a further reduction in electricity until after midnight.
Because of the
They are
quotas,
asking for a
right.
10-hour. Competent management would have insisted on cancelling the test. At midnight, there is a shift change.
But you never know, right? When you go to work, that's the day that shit's gonna hit the fan.
They couldn't do it on the day shift, so they've given it to us.
To us? We don't know what...
If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you should probably,
Just looking at the instructions now.
Are we supposed to do those or not?
they're X'd out, so probably not.
He says to follow the cross-down instructions.
So then why are they crossed out?
I just found out there, review it. Or you can just do what I tell you.
Yeah, very unpleasant person.
It's not good. Shut the fuck up and do your job. Topped it off. Reduce power to 700.
I want you to think of Yuri Gagarin.
Up into space.
I want you to imagine he has been told nothing of his mission into space until the moment that he is on the launch pad. I want you to imagine that All he has is a list of instructions that he has never seen before, some of which have been crossed out. This is exactly what was happening in the control room.
On a night shift doing a test he's never done, with instructions with conflicting instructions, and a guy breathing down his neck.
But you don't need to be a nuclear scientist to understand what happened at Chernobyl. The reactivity which generates power either goes up or it goes down. That's it. Which means more heat, which means more steam, which means it would appear we
Feeding into
have
itself.
a vicious cycle on our hands.
I wonder if he actually dropped the
Negative
tile,
temperature
or if that was for
coefficient.
dramatic purposes.
Easy now. Take it down. Good.
Procrastinating. There are 10 other men in this plant would have done it already.
Diet love you. I'm sick of your shit, and I'm glad you end up in a 10-year labor camp. Okay.
Kirschenbaum, come get me when these old women are ready.
Yes, Comrade Dyatlov.
You're way under 7, sir.
You did everything right. I think that maybe the core is poison.
Well, if you thought the core was poison, then you didn't do everything right because you're choking my reactor. Get it back up.
Where's that AZ-5? That bang, that's when it's gonna
NAC
go.
disabled, global control activated.
421 blah, going, oh shit.
What are you doing?
We have to shut all the way down.
No.
We could be in a xenon pit. Shut down for 24 hours.
So they
No,
still,
we're doing a test tonight. Raise power to 700.
We can't raise the power from here.
they still could have fucking gotten out of it. It wasn't too late yet.
I apologize, but what you're saying makes no sense.
Raise the power. I've been saying that for 25 years. That's how long I've done this job. 25 years. Is that longer than you, Akimov?
Wow.
Is it much longer?
Yes.
It's safe because I say it's safe.
I would like you to record your command.
Raise the power.
My eye twitched on that slam. Woo! I would have insisted. I would have been like, get it on paper.
I wasn't in the room when they raised the power.
If you weren't there, then where were you?
Medligasov, you are a witness, not a prosecutor. I will ask the questions here. If you weren't in the room, then where were you? No, Comrade Dyatlov, you were in the room. You ordered them to raise the power. This is a fact.
No, no.
Court is now in recess, 30 minutes.
He's gonna be coughing up blood. His hair's falling out.
After the war, people came to live here anyway. They knew the ground under their feet was soaked in blood, but they didn't care. No one ever thinks it's going to happen to them. I hoped that one day I would matter, but I didn't. I just stood next to people who did.
Hey, that's like the nicest thing he said.
Any one of them could have done what I did. But you, everything we asked for, everything we needed. Men, material,
Yeah.
lunar rovers. They heard me, but they listened to you.
Yeah, he's like the producer, and that he's the director.
They mistakenly sent the one good man. For God's sakes, Boris. You were the one who mattered most.
It's like an unsung hero moment. Hey there, little guy.
The time is 38 past midnight. The reactor is nearly shut down. The operators of Reactor 4 are locked on a path that leads directly to disaster. They begin pulling control rods out. Dozens at a time.
God damn, to get it to...
Quarters of the way out.
And that's when the
They began pulling them
graphite...
all. There were 211 control rods in Reactor 4. Akimov and Toptonov completely withdrew 205. Remember? Control
Jesus.
rods are the brakes on this car.
Oh, sorry. This is all we can get. It's 200 megawatts. We pulled almost everything out.
That's all we have. That's all we have.
But the test requires 700.
Stelyachuk, let's get ready. Switch on pump 4.
Oh, wait a second.
The
Stelyachuk,
test...
We have barely enough steam as it is.
What the
turbine is going
fuck?
too
Never mind him. Kirschenbaum.
This guy's like an eccentric sea captain that's lost his mind.
The problem they were facing was not solvable. The power was too low, the water was too high. The test was already ruined. The results would have been useless, but Dyatlov didn't care. Yuvchenko, a mechanical engineer, is in his office. Garavozchenko Reactor section foreman is in the refueling hall. Diktayenko, Kodemchuk. Circulation operators are in the pump room. None of them have been told about the test. None of them know what is about to happen.
How the fuck do you do a test and everyone doesn't even know?
Based on the absence of sufficient control rods, the computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
If the computer's giving you an abort code, oh, AZ5, boom.
They have pulled this reactor back like a slingshot, further than anyone has ever pulled. Now the test begins. The balance immediately swings in the opposite direction. In less than a second, reactivity increases. 123.
It's going up quick. Does it spike or does it just... 580, 620, 830, 1,000. Oh my god.
You press AZ5, all of the control rods insert at once, and the reaction is stopped. Dead.
But what was coming? He knows something.
Comrade Yatko.
She knows something.
They do know something that's funny.
We will resume tomorrow.
Let him finish.
Comrade Sabina.
Accountability. So
Let him finish.
he said every reactor has AZ5.
At 1:23:40, Akimov engages AZ5. The fully withdrawn control rods begin moving back into the reactor. These rods are made of boron, which reduces reactivity, but not the tips. The tips are made of graphite.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Accelerates reactivity.
There it is.
It's cheaper.
How dare you fucking speak the truth? We don't want to look
the
bad.
first part are the graphite tips, and when they do,
Oh, it showed the scientists
reactor
talking
having
amongst
rising
themselves.
Skyrockets. Chernobyl Reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb and sees the impossible. The control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350 kilograms, are jumping up
God
and
damn,
down.
350
He runs
kilograms
towards the
each?
control room, but there's nothing he can do to stop what is coming. 1:23 and 44 seconds. We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final reading. Designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts, went beyond 33,000.
10 times. Fuck. Jesus.
1:23:45. Explosion. In the instant the lid is thrown off the reactor,
Yeah, in the episode, what did you do? It started off like this in the control room. After the wide shot of the explosion from the firefighter's window.
no one in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator because it was kept from them.
Gasov, you're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
The testimony in Vienna was a lie. Lied to the world.
But not to y'all.
Not the only one. Now there are 16 reactors in the
Oh,
Soviet
no.
Union with the same fatal flaw.
He's going to be accountable
Three
for
of
him
them
because
are
he said let him
split.
speak.
When the truth offends, we lie and lie until we can no longer remember it is even there, but it is still there.
I wonder if this testimony was word for word or pieces of or
Every lie. you
dramatization
tell,
or...
That is how an RBMK reactor core explodes.
There it is. They've been asking, how does it happen? How does it happen?
Lies.
I mean, yeah, I think that's about as blown out as you can do it, right? The beans have been spilt, the cards have been shown. Cat is out of the bag. Oh, we gotta have a little chat. I mean, we know he lives because first episode he kills himself in the future, so... Is that for draining blood? Is that for gas to come out of? What's the point of that drain there, guy? Oh, looky.
I can do anything I want with you. You're just a dying man who forgot himself. Scientist. And your idiot obsession with reasons. When the bullet hits your skull, what will it matter? Why? No one's getting shot like ourselves.
I just wanted to yell.
No. Your legacy is now their legacy. You'll live long enough to see that.
Come on, guy, this is fucked up.
You will not communicate with anyone about Chernobyl ever again.
Total lockdown.
You will
silence.
remain so immaterial to the world around you that when you finally do die, it will be exceedingly hard to know that you ever lived at all.
Thus the tapes, the drive to make the tapes, where it was born.
And this, at last, is the gift of Chernobyl. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Full circle. There the ghost of Tsukasa. Yep. 2 years. Yep. Outstanding. Good. Okay. I'm not mad at him. Yo, that holy shit! Like that looks like Dyatlov and and the other guy and holy shit! Yeah, I imagine they did die. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! It must have been that vodka they drank. Yeah, that thing around it, they entombed it, didn't they? That's quite a range, but... Nah, son. Nah, fuck that noise. Not today. There it is. Going to the outro. Alright, that was episode 5. Vichnaya Pamyat. Legosov, Shrabina, and Komiak risked their lives and reputations to expose the truth about Chernobyl. Okay, so the thing at Vienna, the big atomic whatever thing to the world, that happened in the past off camera from this episode's perspective, and he contradicted himself here at this testimony of the 3 Russians, Dyatlov and the scientist and then the corporate guy. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, that was the episode. That was the show. I've been told in comments that there's something I should watch or a documentary or something. I'll probably check that out. They did clarify some things at the end there and show actual footage and of the people and of the courtroom and of Chernobyl, and it was really cool how they filmed at nearby places and got sounds and sampled mechanical stuff and structural and stuff from other power plants of a similar design or nearby areas. So I mean, that's part of the thing with set design and location scouting is you know some killer thing that you don't have to build a set. You're saving money. It's cheaper fly shit out than to build stuff. Sometimes they may have green screened a few places, like on rooftops, where someone can just walk out of the doorway and they're on a green screen stage, and they use that for the pull out shots where they go to the wide and you see the shit on fire and everyone getting cancer. That was a long episode. I mean, there was so much there. I'm gonna jump around in the timeline real quick just to see if anything jumps out at me. I mean, most of it was the courtroom drama. In the beginning of the episode, when they showed, the day of, and we need to get this test done, and the 3 of them were talking in the office, the 3 main people that were prosecuted. And then during the trial, we see the setup and why they were doing this test, and why would they push for it, and the conditions of what would cause the reactor to react that way, and what different things they were doing in the system would have an effect on the overall, a cascade effect of, feeding into itself. He said your legacy, any work, anything you've done will be attributed to lesser men, and your life will amount to nothing, and when you die, it'll be, barely anyone, that'll be the only proof that you lived is that you died, and whatever he said, talking that shit. And he flipped it on him. He Uno card, you reversed him, and, hung himself, but got the tapes out so that would make splash, and, would have to be addressed because of him being the poster boy for this international convention that happened off camera for us. But it was a big deal. He was the face, and then he killed himself and leaked these things. So I enjoyed the tribute at the end. I don't know how much I'll be able to keep in the episode, but it was good information, and I'm glad they put it in there. Alright, thank you all so much for being here. This was Chernobyl. This was a lot of fun. I hope this one gets through the copyright filters because it's the last one, damn it. So, you all have made some great suggestions in previous videos, comments regarding things you think I may like or you may want to see. Keep those coming. Most of all, I hope this was worth your time. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you were here, and hope to catch you maybe again in another video. Thanks again, and goodbye.